Alright, this is KFC. I've made a big change to this from what we were accustomed to, what I originally drew up. So I've switched it. This is KFC. It's an overload, uh, preferably to the right-hand side. It's our 2-3 beater. Remember that. It's our 2-3 beater. We're only going to run this against a 2-3 because this sets us up to beat a 2-3. And a 2-3, I think we're going to see a lot this season against teams that aren't really good man-to-man defensively. Other teams, like I think when we play Edwards' team on January 16th at 8 a.m. on a Saturday, they're going to play man-to-man, I'm pretty sure of it. But they may slip into a 2-3, and they may catch us lacking in a 2-3 because remember the thing about the 2-3 is there's two main goals to it. It's one, you don't think they can shoot, so let them shoot. And then two, it's to get rebounds, especially if you don't have bigs that aren't, beast in the paint and get rebounds. Because every single shot that goes up, this guy can leak to the center, and these two guys can fill in, and you get a rebound triangle every single time. So that's the main reason someone would run a 2-3. They don't think they can shoot, or they don't think they can, the other team can rebound. So they're going to use it to make sure they control the boards. And others, it's because I don't have enough guys who can defend man-to-man. Like, if I had a bunch of Ians on my team, well, Ian's not the greatest on-ball defender, so I'd probably set up in a 2-3. Because I don't want Ian guarding JP out there on the wing all by himself with no help side defense. I'd rather stick him into a spot like this and hide him to give ourselves a better chance. KFC, it's an overload. The reason it's an overload is you'll see right here, if we cut the court in half, there's 5 guys over here, and there's 3 guys that have to guard them. It just cuts the floor in half and forces 3 guys to guard 5. The goal to beat any zone is to move the ball really quickly, so Bradley's not swinging it to me over here on the wing, and I'm not going to stand there and just do Curry size-ups where I just dribble for 5 dribbles, or I throw it to Randy and he takes 1 dribble trying to go baseline, but it isn't there, and then he stands there for 5 seconds. No, we're trying to move the ball quickly and take the shot when it's there. Because our goal is, well, if we can shoot really well, they'll come out of this 2-3, and then we can run all those man-to-man plays. So here we are, and it's overload. Notice position changes over here. Bradley and myself stay the same. Randy, you go from the 4 to the 3 in this case, because I like sticking you in that corner for your corner jump shot that you can hit a lot. And then 4, I put Darren in the center because Darren is good at attacking and finishing at the rim, so we'll put him in a spot where he can catch and finish at the rim. And then Thomas will play the 5 right down here. Darren and Randy, be ready. You could play the 5 as well. This could be interchangeable. I don't know how we'll go to that yet. Like, if Thomas is on the bench and we have Randy and you, Darren, out there, I'm not sure who I put at the high post quite yet. I probably put Darren at the high post because he can control under traffic better, and he's got a chance to hit Randy, who can finish at the rim right there for a layup. So we have this overload. Ball's up top. We get into it. Let's just say Bradley swings it over here. The defense is forced to react and change to it. So what the defense will naturally do is they'll shift over. So this guy on the wing will guard here. The guy who was right here in the corner is forced to guard out in the corner, which means this guy right here is right there. And 9 times out of 10, teams won't have a very good 2-3 because, remember, they're not very good defenders. So they're not used to, well, there's a help line, we got to be down this midline. They're not used to that concept. So they're thinking, oh, I'm in a zone, I'm going to stay in this zone the entire time, and I'm just not going to move. So what happens is this guy right here is he doesn't get over to this 4 spot and guard him, which forces this guy in the center, he's got to play 2 different guys right here. So it's really, I can catch it right here. If I can throw it right down to the 5 and he can get a layup, I'll do it. But what's most likely going to happen is if this guard that comes out and guards me isn't very up in my chest and trying to, force me to do something with it, I can throw it right here to the 4, and this pass forces this guy to step up, and this guy usually doesn't see that he's there. They'll both collapse here, and you have a dump down to the 5 that can be wide open. So that's what this overload can do, is it just forces a 2-on-1 for someone to guard. Let's say I were to swing the ball over to the corner really quickly after the swing, and this guy has to come out and close out. So we got this guy right here. We have the guy right here guarding the 2, and then you have this guy who's come over, and now he's guarding the 5. Well, what happens is this 4 is unguarded, because remember, this guard doesn't know that he has to be right here in this spot. So the 4 ends up filling into a nice hole. Darren, Randy work on seeing and finding the hole in the defense, like you're about to try and catch a pass in between a zone defense in football, where you can find that spot in the zone where we can feed it right into you and you can finish at the rim, or you can dish it right back to the 5. That's the main goal of this overload. And then after a few times going through it, we may get them to start sinking in. Is what will usually happen, is that, okay, well, shit, I got to protect the paint now because Darren has dropped 10 points on me right at the rim because this guy isn't getting over to his spot. So now they just start sinking in. This guy's playing right here. Instead of guarding out in the corner, he just kind of sinks like that, and I can dish it, and that's where the shots come. That's when the shots come. It's not one swing to me and I just take a shot. No, it's let's swing the ball around. Let's get it moving. Let's try and get it inside and penetrate the defense and finish at the rim. And then once they do collapse, well, you can have these dish outs back. Like something can happen like this, where they're out here like this, and this guy's forced to play 2. We throw it into Darren, let's say, and what happens is this guy collapses, this guy collapses, this guy collapses, and this guy comes over and help. Well, you can just dish it right back out. There's a catch and a fan right back out, and then there's a wide open 3 or a chance to attack the rim. What we will do is, well, maybe we don't get a look over here. Maybe they defend it well. Maybe this guy comes over very well, and maybe he gets in front of this pass, and now you have him set up like this. Well, now they've got it guarded perfectly, and the ball was swung here. I didn't see anything. I didn't see a chance to attack. Well, I can swing it really quickly, and what happens is we can have a little screen right here by the 4, and Bradley's got an easy drive to the rim. Or he can take it over, and what happens is we just move it. So the 5 moves over right here after this swing and dribble to the left. The 5 moves back over here. The 4 just moves to the other side of the high post. The 3 cuts all the way down the baseline, back to the opposite corner. So Randy, Kevin, Miles, Ian, be ready. If there's a swing, we need you to run down the baseline and get to the other corner. And then I just fill up to where Bradley's spot is. And so this is what it looks like if the ball's on the other side. This play can be run to either side. We'll say the ball's with Bradley right here. So they are guarding like this. And we are set up like this. And we're already in a good spot. Ball's right here. They're trying to guard like this, and now we can go to this high post feed. And what happens is, as we move the ball around and we get it inside and get it out, we can set up a lot of 2-on-1s. We can get a feed in here, and it's a 2-on-1. We can get a feed to the corner, and, well, this guy's got to decide, do I stay here? Because I don't know if this guy's coming over. It can be a shot here, or there can be a swing into the middle. It's KFC. It's an overload. Our first goal would be, well, let's see if we can get it inside for easy layups. Inside for easy layups is our main goal. If we can get it inside to a Darren or a Thomas or to a Randy, they can just finish at the rim or get to the foul line, we'll do it. And then we'll see. Maybe I can come alive. Randy can hit a few threes. Ian can hit a few threes. Bradley can hit a few threes. That's our second look, is to shoot. If you're wide open, I'm probably going to tell you to shoot. Most of the time, I'm going to catch this swing pass right here, and I may throw it to Randy or Ian, whoever's in the corner, and say, I'll say shoot as I throw it to you because I know you got enough spacing. I know this guy's not going to close out quick enough. You can just knock down the shot. And once again, this is the easiest shot in basketball, the corner three, according to analytics. Although I'd argue free throws is the easiest shot in basketball. We have these wide open shots where people can get shots. 2-3, it may look scary because the whole paint's packed in, but it's actually very easy to beat. You just got to move the ball. We got to work together as a team, and we got to take good shots is the key. Don't take the shot that's there. Take good shots. Good team shots. If we can, yes, this shot right here on a swing, it might be wide open for me, and I can take it right there. But if I can swing it once, and then we can swing it back, and then I can feed it into Darren, and maybe he fans it back out, well, then this shot becomes a lot more open. So move the ball, make them work. They decided to come into this 2-3. Well, we're going to make them run all over the place and guard 5 guys and communicate, which is a lot harder at times than it playing man-to-man defense is. Because man-to-man, well, you got one guy working, the other 4 guys are just sitting there waiting to play help. This 2-3, everyone's got to be moving as the ball moves throughout the defense. KFC, it's an overload. It's our 2-3 beater. Remember that 2-3 beater, Randy? It's a 2-3 beater. We only run it against a 2-3. It's not Chick-fil-A is the big remember. Remember, we're feeding it inside, or we're looking to get a good basketball shot.